with the LS and that Chevy giving us as much problems as we are, I've kind of narrowed it down to the engine harness. And I can buy a standalone harness, but the problem is it's expensive. It is a drive-by-wire system, so honestly it is super expensive. People are talking $800 to $1,000 for a standalone harness. I guess I could go to the scrapyard and try to take one out of another vehicle, but honestly I'm just going to open up a big bag of worms. I've never dealt with them before, and now I'm going to have to take one out of it anyway. It's to the point where I'm out of my league. I don't know how any of the wiring's been moved. If I had moved it, maybe I would have understood it a little bit better. But there's not much more I can do. I put different computers into it. I've tried everything I can. It goes into reduced power mode, and it's just getting to the point where it's becoming a huge money pit. I'm buying sensors for it, everything, and it's not really working. It's not working at all, to be honest. So what we're doing now is I got a battery in my Lexus right there on the floor, and about 2 years ago I was offered a two-wheel drive 2005-ish, not exactly sure of the year, but around there, two-wheel drive F-150 regular cab long box. I was offered this by my father. It was his old truck. He just parked it out back. He says that he hasn't started it in 3 years or so, 2 or 3 years, and he says he tried to start it this spring and he thinks it's seized. Now I think that he just didn't have a good enough battery. So this is a last-ditch effort to get Cassandra into a truck. What we're doing today is we're taking this battery there. It is a good battery. We're going to throw it in that truck and try to see if that thing starts. He does want the rims and tires off the car, so off the truck, so because there's snows. So if it does run and start, we got to find different rims for it, because Chevy rims don't fit a Ford. I can maybe try to drill them out, but Chevy rims don't fit a Ford. So, well, let's go to my parents and see if we can start this F-150 up. But first, I need some gas. So here is our backup truck. My father drove this on the road for probably 5 years, 6 years. Mosquitoes are super bad here. It's sat here for quite some time, but he hasn't shot it yet, so I'm pretty happy about that. He says to me that he thinks it's seized, but I'm not sure. Let's throw a battery into this and see if I can get this thing to run. If it runs today, I'm going to scrap the LS and run this Ford, because I'm out of my patience and out of my kind of element with that LS. Ooh, I guess it sure worn long pants. There's a lot of thistle bushes here. The mosquitoes are super bad here. I hear it dinging. Let's see if it turns over and starts. I think it might be seized. Yeah, it's garbage. I need to get away from these mosquitoes, so just give me 20 minutes and I'll be right back. So the LS is not running right, and everybody's giving me ideas about it. Could be throttle pedal, could be a lot of different other things, but realistically I'm getting upset with it, and I can't keep throwing money at it. I've already bought 4 new sensors for it. Between the tune computer and the 4 sensors, I'm already $600 into that truck. And it's a giant waste of money. Why am I going to keep throwing money at it? And I went to my father's house and I threw that battery in there and tried to start his truck. And he was right. The motor is seized in that truck. So again, I'm not going to throw any money into that truck because it is a giant waste of space. Now, at the rules where this thing's running, a minivan can run with the trucks. So maybe that's my best option, is to try to find myself a minivan for Cassandra to run. But that still leaves me to the point where I don't have a minivan, and the Derby is 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away! So we gotta, I guess, look for a minivan right now. I don't have one. I don't know of any that are really just laying around. I'll have to keep my eyes open. So I'm getting a little stressed out about it, that's for sure. Be nice to grab myself a Chrysler minivan and just quickly build the piece of crap. But we'll see. I'm not sure. I do know where there's like a 92 Chrysler. I'll have to see if I have his number and see if I can get a hold of him, but no well. But that's the point where I'm at today. I've had a shit kind of luck night and a even shittier luck morning. I really thought that it was maybe just a bad connection on that truck when he tried to boost it. But with this battery here, the terminal got so hot that it actually burnt my thumb trying to take the nut off. So that motor is seized, and it is seized solid. But, oh well. Just goes to show you can't let vehicles sit for too long. So I'm going to keep trying to find something for her. Another truck, or a van, or something. Stay tuned. Well, the Chevy didn't work, the Ford didn't work, so I went for the next best thing. A Honda. So my neighbor's had this minivan sitting on the side of his property for probably about 2 months. So I went and asked for it. It says that there's no power to any of the windows or the door locks or anything on the inside. Alternator seized, so I just pulled the belt off so I didn't have to buy a new belt. Hopefully I can just go to the scrapyard and buy a new alternator. Again, I soaked it all up so she comes loose. But interior's all leather. Everything's really nice about this. It is peppy. I'm not going to lie. This thing gets up and goes. So what we're going to do, it's kind of a shame to strip it, but I don't care. We are in a rush now. We are in last resort mode. What is this for? What's this? Oh, little seats underneath there. That's cute. We're going to take all the seats out, take all the door panels out. Built-in window mesh. That's pretty cool. We're going to basically strip this thing right down very quickly and get it inside of that Toyota. So the Toyota can go into scrap and I can start building this thing. Look at all the plastic. This is why I hate minivans. Look at all this. Plastic everywhere you look. So I'm going to quickly strip as much as I can tonight, and maybe tomorrow I'll run out and get an alternator for it. I'm going to try to sell some stuff off it, like the front bumper and the rear bumper and the headlights and the mirrors. We'll see. I'm not sure how much stuff will go for, but we'll see what I can get. But we got a vehicle for Cassandra the Derby now. I'm excited. I can't wait. Best part is, same bolt pattern as Camry. So stay tuned. We're going to build a minivan. We're going to build a minivan.